Ron, you're the organizer of this total training camp.
That's right.
Why did you start it?
First of all, I thought there was a need in Holland for a camp where they can see how they work in Denmark with Danish coaches, where we don't have Danish players at the camp, but we have the Danish coaches and the Danish mentality here. And then in the evenings we can go and play the Danish players. I think that's a very good system. Not only that, the facilities here are great. Got a good hall. We have possibilities to do the cooking. We can be together without being disturbed by whatsoever. Nobody complains about if you use the hall until 2 o'clock in the night. And the surroundings. Oulu is a beautiful island. So I think it's the perfect location for a good training camp of high quality, and that's what we want.
But you talk for the Dutch players, but you have Italy, Germany, France, Belgium. You have so many players, so many trainers and coaches also.
That's right. That is what these are the coaches that I work with almost the whole year, but mostly via the internet. So we have a lot of contacts, and the people who coming here are also connected with each other. Some of them already exchange emails and information. And I think it's a very good idea that they meet and come together and exchange experience. And that is the strong part of this camp as well. There's so many coaches with so many different opinions about badminton, so many discussions that you get a very high quality of training. And everybody, including myself, is criticized when you do training. And I think that's what a coach needs. If I don't get criticism, I'm not sharp anymore. And I want to have that sharpness, and that sharpness is something that all coaches should look for.
So your expectation of this week, they went well, they went how you wanted to go?
There are always things that you can improve. One of the things I didn't like for myself is that I've been pretty sick the last 10 days. The last couple of days is a little bit better. And that's of course not so nice when you're sick at your own camp. The expectations, what I wanted is that people are more creative and impulsive. If you have to prepare a training until details, it never runs that way in the hall. You gotta have a very good idea about what you want with a player, and then you have to be very flexible in the hall in order to create that type of training. And that has been very successful, I think. We have a lot of coaches that were just put in front of the group, say, okay, this is what you're going to do, and make the mistakes you make. It doesn't matter. Be creative. Make sure that you are doing the best that you can from the top of your head, and don't sit down and work 2 or 3 hours to prepare a training. That's not always the way it's running on court. So the creativity in the coach was my goal setting, and that is definitely a success.
And what was your goal for also the players?
For the players, I wanted to have individual training as much as possible. And as you were able to see, there has been not one single training where there was not minimum 1 or 2 coaches per court. So you got 4 players in this case today, because we have all the players in the hall, and there's 2 coaches. Normally we divided the group in 2 groups, and what you see then is that you got almost a coach on every player, or every 1.5 player actually. That's a luxury situation. And then we have an elite coach like Andreas and myself, who can go around and talk with the coaches all the time. And I think that gives a feedback that is something that you never get in your home country.
Okay. And you also make exchanges with in Holbeck badminton school, and also in nearby Copenhagen. I don't know the town name. How did you get to that, to do this?
First of all, I still got a lot of contacts from the time when I was living in Denmark. I've been living in Denmark 17 years, and on this island I have a house already the last 25 years. So Holbeck is a club that I knew very well, and it's one of the best youth clubs in Europe. They got many European champions. Skoshole is one of the clubs that I've worked with in the past and played against many times. But there are many other clubs that were interested. Actually, we had the possibility to go somewhere every single day. And I think that's the advantage that I have, speaking Danish, of course, knowing many Danish coaches, and also knowing the Danish mentality. So, but the exchange program is a very important part of the camp.
Can you tell me what you think was the best thing from this camp?
The food. Now that's it. We don't. I say it with a smile, but it is something that brings the whole group together. First of all, the players see that both me and Roel are doing a lot of effort to make good food. That's one thing. It also creates a home atmosphere. If we go to a restaurant, which we could have done, then it's very much distance. That was my goal setting from the first time I did the camp, that there has to be a house-like atmosphere. And it doesn't matter if we are with 10 people or with 30 people. We have to have this kind of atmosphere. And the food is creating that. Keep in mind that we have 2 times warm meal a day. Something that you need in the camp because you need the energy, but it also gives the extra quality to a camp. We save on nothing. That's the good thing about this camp. We don't save on the food. As you could see today in the training, we do 1 double training of 1.5 hours, and we used 40 tubes of new shuttles. There is not one single training anywhere in the world where they do that. That's what we do here. So deliver the quality, deliver the special atmosphere. That's what I like from this camp. That's the best part of it. And working together with Roel in the kitchen is great.
So now maybe a difficult question then. What did you think was not good about this?
Not good about it was that I came from Vietnam 2 days before the camp started. My preparation for the camp itself was therefore not perfect. I've done a lot in Vietnam, but it's different. When I'm here, things are organized in a better way. Last year I was here already 2 weeks before the camp started. And it's definitely the last time that I just arrive on time. I arrived on Friday and Saturday the first players come. I'm not wanting to do that again. So I can have a quality improvement just by being here a week or 1.5 weeks before. And that's what I'm going to do next year. That was a mistake from my side that I'm not going to make again.
Okay. And do you have any plans for the future? I know it's difficult with you with plans, but do you have things in the future that you are already planning?
First of all, the camp for next year is already, the dates are already set. I have already talked with the organization here. We have the last 2 weeks of July and the first 3 weeks of August, so we have 5 weeks. I'm definitely not going to do a camp of this size again. It was a good camp and it was good training, but it's too much stress for the organization to have so many players and coaches, because it's not only the players. We had 22 players and 12 coaches. That's too many people, and it's you can do it, and you can do it for 1 week, you can do it maybe for 2 weeks, and then you're broke. You're totally flat and worn out. In order to keep the quality up, I think we have to have a maximum of 16 players and maybe 4 extra coaches. So 20 people at the camp is more than enough, and that's what I try to do next year. So don't go over the 20.
But do you have other plans in the camp? Because you say already the dates. I think that when people see this, they can send you an email or something about it already.
Yeah. We have we do a camp before Ori in January. We're going to do a camp in Belgium, and that camp will have a bonus system where the 2 best players can go for free to Åby. We did something similar last year with Forza, and we're going to do something again, actually with Mr. Badminton, MR Badminton, who is promoting this camp. So this is going to be a promotion for you, Ronald, also. That's going to happen in January, and there are probably going to be 3 big groups for 4 days where we do a pre-selection for Åby. Not only that, I also go to Italy in October. I go to Indonesia in November with Erik for 1 month. Next month I go to Vietnam to coach at a few tournaments, and I'm trying to start up again with the army in Vietnam. So the rest of the year is until January is fully booked, and after January I don't know yet.
Okay.
Team Mice, of course, is going to take a lot of.
Yeah, that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
You're the head coach of Team Mice.
Yeah.
How is that going? Because it's totally new.
It's a whole new concept, and I think it's the most professional concept ever made until now in Holland. One player has a team of 10 people around him who on shift work, coach, training, a mental coach, physiotherapy, all around Erik. I think that's a luxury situation that he has. Not only that, it's what I like about talent development. If I only work with him, then he get only input from one person, just exactly the same as he would in the national team, where there's only 1 or 2 coaches that he works with. You get work blind and you lose the quality. Because we have 4 other coaches, you stay sharp. Everybody stays sharp, and everybody's focusing on a different subject within the team, and I think that's something that you want for the future. I'm also talking with Ted van der Meer at the moment to do something within the Badminton Federation of Holland for players who do not want to be in Papendal. And I think that's a development that I really like, and I want to be involved in that as well. So there's many things, there's many balls in the air. So let's see what comes down, which of them are coming down.
Well, okay. Thank you very much for this,
You
and
too.
thank you very much also for the camp.
Yep, thank you.